If you can't kill a boss, no reason why you can't look like one. Moogle putting the wow in transmogs.
Starting off with the shoulders, going to spin you back to Netherstorm, which of course is BC PvP stuff. The 3 marks of honor to pick up gladiators, lamellar shoulders. Moving on to the chest, one of my favorite drops from vanilla saltstone surcoat. Talking dire maul here, various mobs there, or you could just step up by it on the auction house. Guaranteed it's not going to be cheap though. Moving on, looking pretty cool here on a Draenor. Soul Render's Great Belt, Tomb of Sargeras LFR version. Kill Jaden, fair drop rate to pick up the back. Actually, that's a recolor DK belt. Moving on to the legs, Saltstone, leg chains, dire maul, various mobs, auction house. Part of the same drop set from vanilla as the chest. So now we're going to show a lady human and the feet, spiked Terrorwake great boots, Tomb of Sargeras LFR, razor jaw, swift fin. Kind of a fair look at that cape. That cape is just epic. We'll get to that in a second. The hands, gladiator scaled gauntlets, Netherstorm, BC PvP vendor, part of the same PvP set as the shoulders. Now we're going to move on to a Tauren dude and the back, which is Radiant, Lightbringer cape, Tomb of Sargeras LFR, the Desolate Host, fair drop rate for that Paladin tier cape from Legion, radiated, my radiator hurts, Radiant Lightbringer crown, LFR version there, and Vengeful Gladiator's Bone Grinder, Netherstorm. Here's a look of gold, I think. The shoulders, shoulder guards of Winged Triumph, Siege of Orgrimmar Heroic, Siegecrafter Black Fuse, 28% on the drop rate. Now, the chest you really can't see behind the tabard. The chest is from Vanilla, Lawbringer, Chest Guard, Molten Core, Gormag the Incinerator, 28% on the drop rate. Moving on to the belt, which is part of the same tier set as the shoulders. I think the best place to get this, you could go Siege of Orgrimmar, but also Timeless Isle to get the Belt of Burning Soul. Now we're going to move on. I like the way this looks on the Draenor dudes. Anyway, Lawbringer leg plates, Molten Core, Magmadar, not to be confused with Malamar, the marshmallow chocolate cookies. Moving on to a Lady Paladin, defeat Glorious Sabaton, Silithus, various mobs there, or you could buy them on the auction house. Kind of a low drop rate if you want to go to Silithus, so just better off buying them. Very golden look here. The hands, handguards of Triumphant Wings, or if I want to say it right, Winged Triumph. So the hands, the belt, and the shoulders all from the same tier set from Mr. Pandaria. Bright cloth cloak, really cool looking cloak from vanilla level tailoring. Easy pickup there. The headpiece, Radiant Lightbringer crown, which of course is Legion, Tomb of Sargeras, Atragan, 5% drop rate. And the weapon brings you to BFA. Uldir is the place to get the sword. A great sword. Gonna start off with this is like one of my favorite Paladin tier sets from MOP, the White Tiger Mantle. We got a gold and black color, and this one happens to be red and kind of a black gold. Really looks cool. The chest, battle plate of Ancient Kings, Blackwing Descent, Heroic Atramedes, 16% on the drop rate. So a little bit of MOP, a little bit of Cata. Moving on to a human paladin and the belt. The plate belt of the War Healer, Siege of Orgrimmar Mythic, secured stockpile of Pandaren spoils is where you get that. Now we're going to move on to the legs, which are part of the same drop set from Blackwing Descent Heroic, Laggards of the Unseeing, Atramedes. Get that, Atramedes is kind of blind, I think he's a dragon. 14% on the drop rate. Looking epic on a Lady Draenor, Molten Tantrum Boots, Blackwing Descent Heroic, Magma, first boss there, pop in, okay, don't have it, move on. 22% on the drop rate. Now we're going, the wrist is wrong, that's a mistake. Those are the gloves, but the White Tiger Gauntlets is correct. LFR, Heart of Fear, Winglord Meljarek. The tabard is the Shadowpan Tabard, Townlong Steps, Shadowpan Quartermaster, Exalted Rep, a little bit of gold to pick that up, and the headpiece, Operation Mechagon Mythic, King Mechagon himself, 5% on the drop rate, and the weapon is the Warmongering Gladiator's Greatsword, Wild if you're Horde. I'm thinking we put together a pretty good looking Paladin set here. It's kind of different, but kind of not different. It fits Paladin. Lightbringer Shoulder Guards, Black Temple, Mother Shiraz. You could also go with the Legion tier piece. I thought the one from BC looked a little bit better for this, a little bit less flamboyant, and I like that for this set. Breastplate of the Silver Hand, Paladin Order Hall to get the chest. The belt is Tim Sargeras, Hard Jaden, 10% on the drop rate for that belt. Moving on to the legs, which you're going to have to pull out of your Paladin Order Hall. Quartermaster, 500 gold. You're going to have to progress through your Paladin Order Hall to get the leg plates of the Silver Hands. Certain amount of rep, certain amount of progression involved there. The feet, Steadfast, Purifier, War Boots, Tim Sargeras, Mythic, Maiden of Vigilance, decent drop rate for the boots, which look very Paladin. Lightbringer gloves, Hyjal Summit, Asgalar, 60% drop rate for those gloves. The back, making an appearance for a second time in this video, Bright Cloth Cloak, vanilla level tailoring, or the auction house picked that up. Tabard of Ram Kahan. It was a nice place till Zoth ended up corrupting it. And the head, Radiant Lightbringer Crown, Tomb Sargeras Etrigan, 5% on the drop rate for the helm from Legion. Weapon, Storm Runge Edge, Ulduar is the place. And the shoulders are going to start us off. Cruel Gladiator Scaled Shoulders, that's a Alliance only on the purple, I believe. Legion PvP vendor, going to cost you a few marks of honor. Moving on, we're going to show you the chest plate, which is the Crystal Forged chest guard. Out of the eye, Kaltharaz Sunstrider. He's got a long speech before you kill him. 58% on the drop rate. Moving on, we've got a Lady Draenei showing you the belt. Cruel Gladiator Scaled Sabatons. That's not what they're called, but basically it's from the same set, so you just got to buy the Cruel set as a whole anyway. Moving on, we're going to show you the legs, Crystal Forge Laggards, Serpent Shrine Cavern, Fathom Lord Carathras is the boss, 62% on the drop rate. Pick up those old BC tier legs. Moving on, the feet, Cruel Gladiator Scaled Sabatons, yes, that is correct. Legion PvP vendor, you got to buy the whole set right now. Moving on, the hands, Cruel Gladiator Scaled Gauntlets. Guess what? Yep, you know where I'm going with this. And the back is the Azure Silk Cloak, vanilla level tailoring. Check your local tailor or your local auction house. Got a Lady Tauren showing you the Silver Covenant Tabard out of Ice Crown from the Silver Covenant Quartermaster, both gold and honor. No, actually gold and exalted rating. The head, as you can see, part of the same tier set as all the other pieces from Legion, and the weapon really ties things together nicely. Yes, the set may look familiar. I recently did it for Paladins, but I had a few changes that I thought made a lot of sense, particularly the belt, the boots, and I think the cloak, and I think it's improved. I like those kind of Transmogs where you can get a base set together, and then instead of getting a whole new set, you can just make a couple of changes and it kind of looks different, and I like that about it. See, this particular set does not look as good on the male tunes as it does on the female tunes, but I think it looks okay here on a Draenei. As you can see, the belt is from Nyalotha, and keep in mind the version that you have to hit it up on. Revenant leggings, Burning Steps, and the auction house to pick up those legs. Also part of the same drop set as the chest. See, it looks better on females than it does on the dudes. Mythic Nyalotha, Sabatons of Malevolent Intent, 5% on the drop rate. Moving on, we're going to hook you up with the hands, Gauntlets of Ceaseless Vigil, Hellfire Citadel Heroic, or you could go out with the gloves from Nyalotha if you want as well. Moving on to a Tauren Paladin, Radiant Lightbringer Crown, Tomb of Sargeras Atragon, 5% on the drop rate. And the back, chromatic cloak, vanilla level tailoring. Check your local tailor, check your local auction house. I think that's a specialized pattern, so not every tailor's going to have it. The weapon, Skull Stealer, Great Axe, Firelands, Shanix. Want to thank everybody for stopping by. My name is Luxeley. Leave you with this final thought. Whatever it is by you, whether it's morning or it's afternoon or night, make it epic. Thank you for watching.